What is up, TEW fans? Jolly J here, bringing you episode number 3, I think, of Freedom Caribbean Wrestling. I could be completely wrong about that, but this is Freedom of the City, and I'm going to go ahead and say now, I have 3 dogs, and 2 of them are chewing on bones right now. So if that comes through in the audio, I do apologize. I'll have to listen back and make sure it is okay. But anyway, Freedom of the City, our March event. Again, we're back in Puerto Rico at the Gymnasium Aguada. I think we're expecting just over 1,000 people, meaning it should be a sellout. Now, this is a bit of a lighter show. We've been making money every month, but not very much. And there are some plans that I have coming up that I want to make sure that we've had plenty of money to do. And so it's a bit lighter of a show. No debuts, no throwaway matches. Everything is pretty much there for a reason, and it's a bit short too. So hopefully it's still a good show. And all we know about today about this show is that the Puerto Rican boys will defend their championship, their tag team championship, against the Wildcats. Other than that, last month Kip Keenan won a #1 contendership match. Is that match going to be tonight? We'll have to find out. And let's go ahead and go into the show. So here we are in front of 1,000 people, Gymnasium Aguada. Puerto Rican Power starts the show. And he comes out, of course, as always, the crowd pops really big for him. He gets in the ring on the mic and says, last week we had a triple threat match to determine the #1 contender for the Puerto Rican Championship. And in that match, we saw Kip Keenan defeat the Handsome Stranger, or pin the Handsome Stranger, rather, to gain that title shot. However, Hell's Bouncer decided to intervene in this match and take out Rudy Velasquez. Who knows if Rudy would have won that match or not, but he did not get the chance that he was supposed to have to win that match. So as a result, Kip Keenan is the #1 contender. And we will have that match next month at our I'm skipping a month, at our April event, which I think is Freedom of Speech. Don't quote me on that, because it's speech. And tonight, in our main event, we will see those 4 competitors once again, as Hell's Bouncer teams with Handsome Stranger to take on Rudy Velasquez and Kip Keenan. Enjoy the show, everybody. And so he walks out. Crowd, they pop pretty hard. They always like to see Rudy get a chance to get his hands on Hell's Bouncer. And that takes us into a match between Davis Wayne Newton and Princeton Price in a poor match. Come on now, give him a little more credit than that. Princeton Price defeated Davis Wayne Newton in 11:36 when Davis Wayne Newton intentionally got disqualified. So almost a 12-minute match. I picture it being a back and forth, grapple fest, reverse fest, brawl fest, just back and forth. Nobody can really get the advantage. And then Davis Wayne Newton gets an advantage for just a second, rolls out, grabs a chair, nails Princeton Price, just gets intentionally disqualified. And nobody really knows why, because it wasn't like he just couldn't beat Princeton Price. It was a good match before that, and he just decided to use the chair. So maybe we'll learn more about that later. But a 38 rating, actually not terrible. That is not bad at all. 38 when these are both lower mid-carders. I think Princeton Price, his popularity has definitely grown over the past couple of months, but I think he is still on this card the least popular wrestler. So that says something. Still a good performance from him. As we go into an angle, a promo with Island Boy Apollo and Kid San Juan, a 50 rating. Damn. Island Boy Apollo rated on entertainment here. And they just hype their match coming up with the Wildcats, talking about how they're the best team in FCW. They're the current FCW tag team champions for a reason, and the Wildcats will find out just why the Puerto Rican boys are the cream of the crop of the tag team division in FCW. And that takes us right into the tag match. A good match. Wow. In a decent match, well, okay. decent match according to the game. The Puerto Rican boys defeated the Wildcats in 13:47 when Island Boy Apollo defeated El Jaguar by pinfall with a welcome to the island. Puerto Rican boys make defense number 6 of their FCW tag team titles. So Kid San Juan, damn, 49 in-ring performance. My dogs are starting to play as well. I guess they got tired of their bones. An Island Boy Apollo with a 45. Kit Tigre Salvaje Jr., 54 performance rating. My gosh, Tigre, you got fired up that match. But I think he does that pretty commonly since we hired him. Or the two matches he's had, I think he's done well in. Anyway, 53 rating. I mean, this is a pretty straightforward match, except, and let me take a step back here. One reason I wanted to do a series is because I feel like I know this game pretty well. I know how it works and the ins and outs, but I also know other people know the game way better than I do. And so one thing I hope to get from the series is just to learn more about the game. And so in this match, I picture it again being a back and forth match. The Wildcats showcasing their talents, the Puerto Rican boys showcasing theirs, Kid San Juan flying all over the place, while Island Boy Apollo is just brawling with the Wildcats. And so we reach a point near the end of the match where Island Boy Apollo gets tagged in, and after a little chaos between the two teams, they knock El Tigre out of the ring and hit Welcome to the Island on El Jaguar. Only when Island Boy Apollo gets the pin, something like El Jaguar's foot is under the rope, something like that, the Puerto Rican boys win the match, but the match shouldn't have ended there. That's pretty much what I'm going for. However, I don't know how to book that. And so that's just what I imagine happened, even though it doesn't reflect that in the text here. But anyway, Puerto Rican boys defend their championship, but they won it by questionable means. The Wildcats definitely have a claim to another match if they so choose. So 53 rating, really damn good from the tag team division there. Tag team wrestling is something I really like to do on the game, and so I'm having fun with it. Next segment, an angle featuring Hell's Bouncer, just a menace promo from him. He's in the interview era with Miriam Vega, and he just takes the mic from her and glares at her until she leaves. And but first she had asked him what he thinks about facing Kip Keenan, with Kip Keenan having a shot at his championship. And then he glares at her, takes the mic, and says, how many times am I going to have to say this? It doesn't matter who I face. Anybody I face will be brought to hell and back from the fury of Hell's Bouncer. Because I am the Colossus of FCW. Nobody can stand against me. Not Greg Gage, not Rudy Velasquez, and definitely not Kip Keenan. I'm not even worried about Kip Keenan. He needs to be worried about facing the monster, the beast, the best and most dominant champion in the territories. And now, Rudy, you may think you're this big, bad gangster, but you have never been in the ring with a demon. You have never been dragged all the way to hell and back during a match. And Rudy, when you get in the ring with me, that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to be your worst nightmare. After facing me, you will not be able to sleep at night. You will have nightmares about the beating that you will get, because I am tired. I am sick of dealing with you. So, Rudy, you better be careful what you wish for. And he walks off. And that takes us to our main event of the evening. I trip over my words so much. The main event of the evening, and we have a 44 rating and a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling. Rudy and Kip defeated Hell's Bouncer and Handsome Stranger in 15:37 when Kip Keenan defeated Handsome Stranger by pinfall with a quick cradle. Really good performances all around. Kip Keenan getting up there as well, a performance of 39, not bad at all. So in this match, pretty pretty back and forth, I would say, at least at first. I picture Rudy and Handsome Stranger starting and just having some quick exchanges, quick brawling, quick technical exchanges, reversals, until they hit maybe a double clothesline and then both get a tag to the others. And then Kip storms in and tries to just wail on Hell's Bouncer. And Hell's Bouncer looks like he's getting shaken up by it, but he's really not. He's just kind of standing there taking the punches. And Kip hits the ropes, tries to hit a clothesline or something on Hell's Bouncer. Only Hell's Bouncer nails a standing body splash and just knocks Keenan down. And then Hell's Bouncer proceeds to dominate for several minutes and just throws Keenan around, slams, suplexes, and then he sets up the Damnation Drop in the corner, in his corner, next to Handsome Stranger, where Handsome Stranger then tags himself in. And Hell's Bouncer actually puts down Kip Keenan and gets in Handsome Stranger's face, even throws a hard punch at Handsome Stranger to where he turns around into a cradle from Kip Keenan. 1, 2, 3. Of course, Hell's Bouncer didn't bother to break up the pin after that. So Kip Keenan gets another pinfall over Handsome Stranger. And, yep, that's it. 44 rating, not the best. You know, I really would want the main event to be a little better than that. But it is what it is. And we're just trying to build these stars, man. So after the match, we have, again, Handsome Stranger pissed off and attacks Kip Keenan from behind, knocking him out of the ring. And they actually just brawl to the back. Kip Keenan a little more prepared this time. He didn't completely turn his back on Handsome Stranger. He just kind of caught him from the side. So it didn't knock him all the way out like it did last time, but they just brawl to the back. And then Hell's Bouncer and Rudy left in the ring, and of course, they go right at each other. And Hell's Bouncer backs him into the corner, starts beating him in the corner. Except when he tries to do a charging clothesline in the corner, Velasquez gets his elbow up, and Hell's Bouncer takes an elbow to the face. And Rudy comes out of the corner as Hell's Bouncer's son and just pokes him in the eye. Just thumb to the eye of Hell's Bouncer, and that really rocks him. And so Rudy actually goes to the floor and reaches under the ring and pulls out his good old friend, the lead pipe. We saw back in January he used this lead pipe to hit Hell's Bouncer in the ribs, making him retreat. And so he gets back in the ring, and he tries to do the same thing, except Hell's Bouncer catches the lead pipe between his ribs and his arm. So basically, Rudy swings, and Hell's Bouncer just catches it as it hits his ribs. And he acts like he doesn't even feel it. And Rudy tries to pull the lead pipe back, and he can't get it. Hell's Bouncer's grip is just too strong. Hell's Bouncer then just launches his hand at Rudy's throat and grabs, and immediately the lead pipe falls to the ground. Hell's Bouncer nails a choke slam, a thunderous choke slam to Rudy. And he just picks up the pipe. Hell's Bouncer picks up the pipe and just tosses it on Rudy's limp body and just glares at him. And then he slowly walks away, grabs his championship, and just walks away from the ring as Rudy is laying lifeless on the mat. And that's how the show ends. So 50 rating, I think that was better than last month's. But again, I mean, these production values are really just affecting the show. I think we would have a much better show. Maybe, I would say maybe about 55 or so, hopefully, would be what our rating would be without these production reductions. And but, you know, it is what it is. RIPW trying to destroy everything. But yep, 50 rating, better than last month, I believe, but not better than the first month. But, you know, I expected that from this show. I knew going in it was kind of a smaller show, less people, less action. But anyway, that's it for Freedom of the City. And next month in April, I'm pretty sure it's Freedom of Speech. So at that show, we will have Hell's Bouncer defending his championship against Kip Keenan. Other than that, it's already been announced that Puerto Rican Power will have another big announcement at the next show. And so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, this show, Freedom of the City, just leave a like, a comment, something, any support you guys show. I really appreciate. I've enjoyed all the comments, all the back and forth that we've had, booking plans, how your games are going. It's a lot of fun for me, and so I really do appreciate all the support, all of the feedback that you guys have given. And I will see you guys in. I'm not sure when I'll be able to record the next episode. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to record it. But I'll see you guys for Freedom of Speech. And if it's not that show, well, I'm stupid. But I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching.